we have a paradox now around the world where we have developed world, which is sitting on large debts and very low reserves, and we have emerging markets which are sitting on very sizable reserves and very low debts. Especially this is the case in emerging Asia, in Latin America, Middle East, and even in parts of Eastern Europe. So it's quite a change if you think about it. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it was the other way around. So this crisis really pushed forward many of the emerging market regions. Unfortunately, it will be Central and Eastern Europe still next year and also in 2012, which will be weaker than any other emerging region. And just to give you some numbers on this, so because you'll be competing for resources next year as well, and 2012, emerging Asia will be growing faster than any other part of the world. Next year, it will slow down a little bit from about 8% this year to around 7%, beating Eastern Europe very, very easily. Then we have Latin America, which will actually go from around 5.8 this year to about 4.5, still very good, still respectable, and Brazil will be even higher than that and be the big market. Both emerging Asia and Latin America have extremely low external debt, extremely low public debt, and incredibly high reserves. In Asia, they are now coming to about 4 trillion almost if you count all markets together. And this is incredible, and it's one of the largest numbers you can find anywhere in the world. In the Middle East, in North Africa, we are also at 4.5 to 5% growth next year, which is good and again better than this year. And in sub-Saharan Africa, we are coming to approximately 5.5% growth for 2011. And that leaves us with Eastern Europe, and Eastern Europe will be around 3.2 approximately next year. And largely, it will be driven by Russia, Turkey, Poland, and maybe Kazakhstan as well if commodity prices stay this high. The rest of the region will struggle, and the problem, of course, in Southeast Europe, in Ukraine, in Hungary, in the Baltic states, is they are some of the highly indebted markets of anywhere on the planet. External debt in many of those markets is higher than it should be. It's anywhere between 80 and 130% in most of them, and it should be below 70, below 80 approximately. So that means many of the Southeast European economies, Hungary, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Ukraine, will need some time to deleverage. If you look at historic books on what happened after different crises, usually extreme deleveraging can take up to 6 years. And this is for the markets which have external debt which is higher than 100% of GDP. Any deleveraging always comes at the expense of purchasing power and at the expense of growth, which means that the recovery of some of these markets in Southeast Europe, Hungary, or Baltic states will be slower than the others which are not highly indebted. Luckily, some of the big markets are not highly indebted, Turkey, Poland, Russia, and they will be surely drivers of growth for you in this part of the world.